So, hello everyone. This is Arturelia, Sin's Corner. My friend Matt Air.
Hello?
We're going to be doing a let's play, or sorry, not let's play. Let's watch of Steins Gate. Now, to be honest, I have not seen this at all.
Same. Have you, Matt?
I've seen the entire original series, the secondary series, the movie.
Oh.
I started the visual novel, haven't finished that, and nearly beat the 8-bit version of the visual novel. And only reason I didn't beat the 8-bit version is they never added a save feature. So I got about halfway through it, and then my car was done expecting, and there was no way of saving the game.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's dived into this series, so
yes,
he's
the only.
It sounds like it. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
going to make my screen bigger so that I can see it really good. There we go.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't think I've done is read the mangas.
Okay,
but wasn't this based off of a game?
It's based off a visual novel.
Yeah, isn't that like a game?
It's a game you read, and if you wanna, and it's in Japanese.
Oh, yeah, but they have re-released it for English.
They re-released it. I had it on the PS Vita, and I have it on my Switch.
Yeah. Now,
and they had a movie.
They have the movie.
The movie is one of the possible endings-ish things.
Okay.
You will have to watch the series. It's the same thing with the sequel series.
Yeah. So, Mom, here's how I could put it. So, the Fate's Day Night series was a visual novel.
Okay.
And they took it. They covered like every possible ending from that visual novel into an anime form. That's why I guess you could say different shows or the movies have a different like alternate route from the timeline. But Matt Air knows more than I do with it.
Well, with Fate, what they did is one studio had it, so they did a really vanilla version. That's the 2006 version. Then they did an Unlimited Blade Works movie that follows a slightly different line. Then they did the Zero,
which
and
is
the Unlimited Blade Works show that follows a different route. And if you watch Heaven's Field is supposed to follow the Unlimited Blade Works route, but then makes changes to alterate it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they basically follow.
If you go into like the Elias Field spin-off, it's a more comical version.
She's being very loud. You know we're trying to record something.
Now, Matt, you mentioned before that Steins Gate, they seem to do it better than the Fate series.
Well, explain. It's really hard. They incorporate a little with Fate. You have to keep on going back to like point 1 with everything, and then each change implements differences, right? With Steins Gate, they do it in a different way, so you don't have to keep on going through the like similar route stuff.
Okay, so technically you don't have to rewatch something, but with a different route.
It's hard to explain. And Zero, once you get up to Steins Gate Zero, once you're done with it, it clears up some stuff.
Okay, I heard the Zero version is the bad route.
It's a little harder to explain.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get to it. So all right.
Well, episode 1. How many episodes are there? Is there only one season?
Not if you count
26 episodes on one.
Yeah,
it's 20 some on one, and then like Zero, I want to say it's like 15 or 16.
Oh, shorter.
Zero is something that you check out afterwards. After this,
I would recommend watching Zero afterwards myself.
Okay. I don't think we have that, but I was just
like what Matt was saying. There's different routes. This is kind of like the Fate Stays, like sort of.
Zero's a little different. I'm holding back on things with Zero.
Okay.
Well, this will be the first time I've ever watched it.
Yep.
So I guess let's get started.
Yep. Here we go.
Consider Can the universe be justifiably called infinite? Doubtful.
Who is that guy? The main guy?
The voice actor.
Yeah.
Sebastian from Black Butler.
The roof.
Oh, is that military guy?
What the hell?
These are really, really rare, and I'm broke.
I look like an ATM to you?
Oh my goodness.
Bad, greedy Gus. Life lesson.
Currently something. Okay, don't be mad. I think I dropped my UPA, but I'm looking for
Oh
it.
gosh, this kid.
The interdimensional vectors of time travel.
Okay, so what were you trying to tell me back there? Earlier, I mean.
Earlier?
Quarter of an hour ago?
They let you out of the nut house?
Hmm.
Hold on a second.
Time
What did
travel.
you say, Kurisu?
Look, I just wanted to ask you about
And you're a fool to expect I'll talk. Red alert. I've been cornered by an agent. Possibly a sleeper, certainly illustrious.
Who are you talking
Fear
to?
not, I'll give her the slip somehow. Perhaps.
It's not on.
Okay.
Well, you discover the ploy. This phone shuts off automatically in all hands but mine, thus preserving the integrity of my communications.
Oh, please.
Great, you're crazy. Wait,
He laughs like a crazy person.
I think he's a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he is a
A
scientist.
lunatic.
Whoa.
Get outside.
Is she his sister?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I just know there's something that ends up happening between
Okay.
her, him, and everybody
Because
else.
he's acting like a guardian type character. This is the girl he was just talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I wonder if he traveled back in time to tell her.
What's going on? Yes, it's as good as mine.
He must have jumped in the future or something.
That's that thing that was on the roof?
What's that?
Is that thing that was on the roof?
It looked like it, or it looked like a satellite. I thought the people that he saw on the roof were that story of the so-called soldier that came from the future to warn about a war or a third world war or something.
Where you talking about the internet thing from the late 90s, early 2000s, with John Tito?
I don't know if he knows the name.
I just remember it had something to do with this soldier that traveled in time.
Yeah, I believe that was John Peter. And then there was there was one they made a movie about a couple years ago where someone said they were looking for someone to go back in time.
Well, that took a long time to get to the intro.
Yeah, it's midway now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if it's going to take that long each time.
Well, this is the first episode, so they sometimes do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Heck! Member 003.
This guy reminds me of Chester in
The way you say it makes no
Timothy-
sense.
These
Timothy Cook.
Yeah.
Stop third degree in the little guy, will ya? Girlfriends? They're a harem I work very hard for.
No one wants to discuss your den of iniquity. Mark me, my porcine friend. One of these days you'll despair to have missed even the least of my utterances.
Sounds like he's talking like
why
Shakespeare.
I back up every obscene outburst in triplicate, Chief. Solid turntable action, clockwise. Unique
Gonna
for a microwave,
explode?
I noticed.
Clockwise. Stifle. Eat one for verification.
Hell's no.
So be it. The honors go to you, my lovely.
I wouldn't eat that either.
The bananas get all gross.
Hang on, my outbox.
This is trippy
Mhm.
already.
Well, he must have
What's
jumped.
today?
Huh? It's the 28th. Why?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where he's going to try to get her attention?
Tell her you're gonna die.
Okay. Because I wanted to ask a question about So I forgot. What happened after he went up to the roof when that thing had crashed into the roof?
Well, he went up. I noticed
he saw the soldier doing something. But then what was the scene right after? I don't remember what happened.
He was talking to the girl. He was with the girl with the black hair. And then he heard the scream, and he found the redhead girl dead.
He found the redhead girl dead after the satellite crashed? After he ran up to the roof?
No, he ran up to the roof, and then it skips back to the lecture.
Oh, okay. So okay. There's a lot of jumping around in the timeline going on.
There's a lot, but there's an importance to everything.
Yeah, because I'm getting a little bit lost already, and I think that's the point, obviously.
Yeah, I thought he jumped like in the future, but now it seems like he's saying he jumped backwards or something. Because now the girl's there again, even though she's supposed to be dead.
He's not going to say anything because he doesn't want to give away any spoilers.
I just know, like I said, it's supposed to be based on that story of that soldier. World War III or something.
And how do we know that she was dead? Maybe she was just playing and just sleeping in some red stuff.
Gotcha. You mean doing the snake?
Put a bunch of ketchup on the floor.
Doing the solid snake method. Put ketchup on the floor to fool the guards.
He did really.
Yeah, there was a part in Metal Gear Solid where you had to get out of the prison, but you couldn't do that until you tricked the guard. One of your friends gave you like ketchup.
No.
And then the guard like thought you were dead.
Okay, so what did you think about it so far, Arturo?
I was trying to piece together. Okay, time travel is weird.
But yes, time travel is trippy.
I mean, obviously, this is the first episode, so I guess things will be explained in detail when we keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that not every episode is as confusing as this one.
Yeah, like this is the first start of
and I'm addressing that statement to Matt. I'm addressing that.
I'm not going to say. Remember, I've already been through the whole series, so.
But
I guess the only question, Matt, does it all make sense? Does it all come around?
Yeah. Actually, there's some really good connection points.
But does each episode have all of this jumping around like what happened in this first one? Because that is discombobulating.
Not in the same way.
Okay.
Not in the same way.
Yeah, all I know is that his phone and something with the microwave does something to where I think he can jump to a certain time. I saw a clip of it. I don't know much. I just know that the microwave plays a role in something. And I know his phone
seen anything about it. I just knew it was about time travel, so I was immediately interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see I'm still curious to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it do with this? Like what's up with the satellite? What's up with the soldiers? I mean,
and the satellite's just stuck in the side of the building. You would think it would crash down onto the street, but it's just stuck there.
I mean, gravity works in mysterious ways.
Really?
Or did it come from the future?
I didn't realize it was stuck in the side of the building until it showed the view from the street. I thought it was just on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, they never showed the soldier's face.
No, they didn't. But there was like two. There was one on the right.
Was? I only saw the one.
No, I thought I saw a second soldier beside
the image may have the image may have inverted itself. That may have been the same person. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying. I think there was a lot of that inversion thing where it showed one image and then it would show like double of the same image.
Oh, okay.
The theory about that whole World War III soldier coming from the future, I've heard is that like what? Would you say a creepypasta or?
Yeah, it was a bunch of internet stuff in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I heard
I'll bet that ended up on Coast to Coast, that radio show.
Yeah, I thought I heard it was also real at the same time.
Because it sounds familiar to me. Like I think maybe I was listening to one of the shows one night, and there was something about this guy calling in saying he was from the future and all this stuff. Yeah, I wonder if that was part of that.
The soldier?
I don't know. It might have been, because Coast to Coast covers that sort of strange stuff.
Some people do think that there's time travelers around, you know?
Well, I'm going to get going, guys, okay?
Okay, Matt.
Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Thanks for joining us.
Fun.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, the technical issues, though, was annoying, but at least we figured out how to work this thing.
That's so weird, though. I mean, it would have been better if we could have played it. I have a feeling that we wouldn't have dealt with the audio and video delay if we could have figured out how to get it to work on your disc.
Yeah, we might have to figure that out. I might have to look up how do you get.
Maybe we should mess around with it some more before we do the next one. Try to test.
Because I would like to watch it through my DVD instead, but because
see, not only are we recording online, but we're streaming the story. Aurelia is in her room playing, you know. Yeah, so
well, and the other thing is, if we were going to watch other things besides, you know, anime on Funimation, we have to have it. We have to get it to work somehow.
Right.
But anyways,
we should also do some less watches of live action films too. That's
what I'm saying.
Oh, didn't they have a live action of Black Butler?
They do, yeah. Okay. You haven't even watched all of that.
No, I haven't.
It's so really good. Like I need to still like do a review for that. I already know.
Is it done now?
That's the thing. The mangas are still going.
Oh, okay.
Now the anime ends on its own turn, or like on its own turf.
Well, so the anime is done. That's what I was meaning when I asked.
Like I said, supposedly season 3 kind of follows the book more than how the original did. Like after I think the Jack the Ripper part, it starts to loosely diverge. I mean, they still follow it to an extent, but they're starting to add things that were not in the book. And then season 3 follows more of the book. Season 2 is like its entirely different thing that has nothing to do with it.
You were saying season 2 wasn't as good.
Yeah, I already know what I'll rate that. It's not as high as the first season, I'll just say. Season 3, though, I really did like. They kind of went back to its roots.
Better
and then
than
obviously we saw
1?
the movie, the better Titanic film.
Oh yeah, that one.
It was zombies.
Yeah. Did you like season 3 better than season 1?
I actually like both season 1. Like you could put 3 somewhere in season 1 because they do reference the Jack the Ripper thing in season 3.
Okay.
Then there's I still haven't seen the OVAs though. There were some OVAs that were connected with season 3 that I still need to watch. Anyway, Steins Gate first episode. I'm hooked. Yeah. I'm curious to see where the time travel aspect comes together. I like the fact that they're taking that coast to coast thing of a World War III soldier and time travel.
In the future.
If you like time travel, people, I mean, this is for you. I mean, we still have yet to watch it, but I'm looking forward to continuing it. And time travel is weird.
Yeah, I mean, we've got one episode down. I can't say I'm officially hooked yet. I'm curious. I'm mildly curious. I think the back and forth with the jumping around in the timeline was confusing me, and I was not clear at all that this was happening. I mean, I started to pick up on the fact that it was happening, but it was still a little confusing.
Yeah, well, like what Matt Ayer said, it doesn't do it like how it does in this. He says it does it differently.
Yeah, well, I hope so. That's the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's got high ratings, but sometimes people rate things high, and then you watch it, and then you're like, "What's the buzz?"
You're underwhelmed. In other words, you feel like it was overrated.
Like Paranoia Agent got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I already knew right there, like, I don't know how to feel. Because I feel like if I start, and sure enough,
wait, 100% by the critics or the audience?
Maybe the critics. I'm not
sure.
I
don't always trust what the critics say.
When I saw that, I'm thinking I'm suspicious, and sure enough, yes. I already know what I'll rate it, and I still need to review that one.
You almost okay. Not always,
I just don't think.
but so
I
many
just don't
times
think that we
Go
need
ahead.
to listen to the critics, or just. I'd rather watch something and then give my personal opinion about
Well,
it.
a lot of times when the critics rate something super high, not all the time, but a lot of times, you know that if the critics are in love with it, you know there's a good chance you may think it's crap,
Yeah.
basically. So when I look at the scores, I've said this before on my own videos from my channel, but when I look at the scores and I see a huge gap between the official critics and the audience, I kind of instinctively know that I'm going to probably side with the audience more than anything else. Like I'll give you an example.
Okay. Well, before you continue, okay, so the critics gave Steins Gate 100%.
Oh my gosh!
And the people gave it a 97.
Something. Yeah, I was going to say 90 something. Okay. So that tells me that it's probably pretty decent. Now, that's not always the case. There have been some things where the audience and the critics are in love with something, and I watch it and I'm like, that's a piece of crap. I hated it. But I almost always tend to side with the way the audience feels more than the critics feel.
Yeah, but then
Typically.
sometimes you have to agree with the people.
Sometimes,
there were a few times that we've disagreed.
Well, that's what I was saying. Sometimes I agree with the audience. I mean, I almost always agree more with the audience than the official critics.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, like did Midsummer get a high rate?
no, okay. Check that, and see what does the audience give it? Because I hated that movie. I thought it was absolutely stupid.
And it's a good thing I didn't bother to waste my time watching it with you guys because I knew how crappy it was. Okay, so the critics gave it an 83%.
Of course they would, because
and the audience gave it a 63.
Okay, see, I think the audience is rating it. I would not give it a 63.
You would give it like a 4?
I would give it like in the 40s or something, or around 40, because it was made well as far as the quality of the filmmaking and stuff like that. And it did kind of keep you sort of like engaged with like, well, okay, what's going to happen? But overall, it was crap.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt similar about Hereditary.
Yeah.
It was made by the same guy.
Yeah,
I actually think probably I liked Hereditary maybe a skosh more, but I also felt like Hereditary was overrated. And a lot of people love that movie.
Probably because it was different.
I don't know. I mean,
and Dunkirk really screwed up the timeline.
Oh,
this would make sense because time travel screws your head up.
Right.
Like so and so's book. But
you're gonna cut that out.
Nah, it'll be fine. I didn't even say the name.
Yeah, but everybody knows. Okay, I'm going to cut it out on my end when I put this up on my channel.
Okay, well, let's just be real. Time travel screws up people's heads. That. Now, Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, no time travel. He just did this thing.
And it wasn't a linear storyline.
Yeah.
In other words.
It's like he wanted to show both aspects of what's going on in air.
Three different.
I mean, okay, I like that aspect, but the way it was done, not the best.
It was because you didn't have a clear, like I didn't figure out until probably a third or halfway through the movie what the heck was going on. Because when he would switch viewpoints, there wasn't necessarily a clear mark that let you know, okay, he's now switching to the pilot's viewpoint. He's now switching to the soldier's viewpoint on the land. He's now switching to the people on the little boat. There was just all of a sudden, there was this abrupt change, and it was very jarring. I was not a fan of that movie.
Yeah, now maybe rewatching again, maybe I'll have more respect for it, but I don't know. I have not rewatched it. I
was so turned off by the way he did that I have no desire to rewatch it, actually. So, I don't know.
But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed Arturelia
Yeah.
and Sin's Corner, and along with my friend Matt Air that was with us, the anime expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do another one. We may also do another Let's Watch of something else in the future. But yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe to my mom, where she either laughs, cries, or a little bit of both in the middle.
I don't cry too
I mean,
much.
you could cry, laugh at the same time.
Hmm.
I mean, she does that.
Sometimes.
Anyways, peace.
Adios.